Good morning, everyone. Ben the Man for Land here with Wjjq Property Pros. I think spring may have finally arrived, maybe. The sun's going to be out today and hopefully melt the majority of this snow that we received earlier in the week. So we will see. But before we got today going, we spent a little time with Greg in the Wjjq studios and talked a little bit about what's going on in real estate. So if you missed it, here's your chance to get caught up.
Just about 18 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock now, Ben, the man for land, is joining us. Ben Parsons is here from Wjjq Property Pros. Happy Saturday morning, Ben.
And a happy Saturday morning to you as well, Greg.
Looks like we got some snow in the forecast. Do you think it'll miss us or hit us this time?
You know, I know we need the moisture, but at this time, I think I'd rather see it in rain.
I agree.
Than snow. And I've got a lot of family traveling this week for spring break that are coming up north to visit, and my parents and my kids, and boy, I sure would hate to see them get stuck in a traffic mess.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I know there are a lot of folks traveling for spring breaks. I hope those coming to Tomahawk are traveling safely, and those heading to warmer climates are also having a safe trip here, Ben. What about the real estate business? What's going on here this early spring?
You know, you would think that 3 months into the year that things will be clicking right along, and you know, for us, it really is. I mean, we've been busy. We've had our busiest January ever. We've been steady in February, steady in March, so we're clicking along pretty good. But you know, for most of the people, the licensees that are in this business, it hasn't been that way. As a matter of fact, I'm seeing statistics. The National Association of Realtors have put out a statistic that 71% of active realtors did not even sell a single property in 2024.
Wow, that's a huge number.
It is. A lot of people started getting out of the business last year. As a matter of fact, I think this year we're going to see a lot more leave the business. You know, new law changes have kind of taken effect and made things a little more. I think it's a good thing. Mm-hmm. You know, it forces the new law changes have forced more transparency. We don't just, you know, go moving along business as normal and here, sign this, sign that, everything. You know, we've got to make sure that we explain what people are signing, what it means, what are the implications of signing these documents, and in the negotiation, you know, even right down to commissions or who gets paid what. And, you know, all of this is supposed to be disclosed in its entirety. And there are a lot of folks that got into this thinking that it was an easy way to make a living and realized that, there's some uncomfortable conversations and there's a lot of competition. And they just realized that it's not the cakewalk that they thought before they got licensed. So,
sure.
So a lot of folks are dropping out. As a matter of fact, when I look at this year's statistics so far, just in the greater Northwoods MLS, now we have 825 individuals in the greater Northwoods MLS that hold a real estate salesperson license or a broker's license. And of those, as of today, only 294 of those individuals have made a sale at all this year. It's expensive to get into, and it's expensive to maintain, but those that pull themselves up by the bootstraps, they pay for the advertising, they watch their P's and Q's when it comes to handling a transaction, and make sure folks that are going to rise to the top, and you're going to have this 10% of licensees that are really going to settle into the top, and they're the ones that are going to get the most business, as it should be.
Sure. And now moving into the spring season, Ben, this is the time for people who have been thinking about selling, if they're interested, to give you guys a call and talk real estate. And you can explain to them everything that's going on in the market and give them an idea of what their home may be worth, too, for folks that are thinking about maybe downsizing or doing whatever they're doing in their life.
It absolutely is. And this is the time to start having those discussions. It's not the best time to move because we have, you know, this wonky spring, you know, pre-spring weather, and you don't want your stuff getting all messed up when you're moving and tracking in all this stuff in your new house. But and road limits are on, so people using bigger trucks to move, you know, they can't go anywhere just because the road limits are on. But a typical transaction is going to take about 30 days from start to finish maybe 45 if there's some inspection issues or things like that. So if they time things right and say, you know what, I want to have this thing on the market, I want to have it sold, and then when it sells, I'd like for weather to be nicer, for road limits to be gone, so the buyers, or so me as the buyer, can move in without any problems. Now is the time to start the ball rolling so that everyone's ready to pack up and move here in a month.
That sounds wonderful, Ben. What's the best way to get a hold of you? I know they can reach you via phone, text, those types of things. What are you conveniently available for here?
Text and phone call works great at 715-550-5683. Our email is benthemanforland@gmail.com. And, of course, all the social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Oh, gosh, I'm sure there's 2 or 3 other ones on there, too, that I'm not thinking of right now. But, those are great ways to reach out as well.
Absolutely. Well, Ben, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family coming here to visit, and hope they don't run into any of the snow they're forecasting, and you guys have a great week.
Thank you so much, Greg. You enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk again soon.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Ben Parsons, Ben the Man for Land, in our real estate show this morning. As Ben mentioned, you can get a hold of him at 550-5683. RE/MAX Property Pros office number here in Tomahawk is at 453-1188. The office at 1412 North 4th Street. Of course, RE/MAX Property Pros have offices throughout our Northwoods area. They're in Minocqua. They're in Eagle River. You can find them in Boulder Junction and Three Lakes. The RE/MAX Property Pros, real estate folks, more than happy to help you out with all your real estate needs.
Hey, thanks so much for listening and tuning in. And just be sure to keep an eye on our social media pages where we will recap all of our WJJQ, WHDG, and WXPR radio spots right here. If you miss them, you can stay caught up. All right? I'm Ben the Man for Land with RE/MAX Property Pros, and thanks for watching.